Right, I'm just out at a mate's place tonight, just doing a bit of shooting. We just called up a couple foxes up on a dam, but for some reason or other I must have pulled and missed them. But hey! It's running. Anyway, I just come out here to the cultivation and there was actually two out here. Got the first one, and the second one I had a bit of pot shots at him. Two foxes out here. G'day! Slowing him up. Oh. Stop, mate. Just behind him. Out of that ammo. That magazine. Right, here he is. Straight to the chest.
Is that a hard shot or long?
So you flip it over so it's PC? What is that? A graze or a...
Oh, that'd be where the other shot, the exit wound probably.
Yep.
What have we got? Vixen. It's good to get her out. The other one was probably her mate. But anyway, not a bad skin on him. Look at the fog in here tonight. It's just rolled in, even with the thermal. It's nearly getting too thick. Can't see a long way. It's a bit rutted out here in the track too. Yeah, look at the fog has rolled in. The thermals are struggling a bit. I might get out the Ace S60R and see if it does any better. The This is I've been using the Pulsar Thermion XL60, and it's actually not too bad. I turned the optic, there's a couple of hairs out in the paddock there, but you can't see much distance. I've seen a few foxes and missed a few foxes tonight too, so not exactly sure. So I might switch rifles and get the Gen 2 out with the XL6, no, the S60R. Gotcha, mate. Righto. This fog is pretty thick here tonight, but I just saw this fox taken off from a dam we drove past, and I got out there. This is the Magne-Tech Ace S60R on the Ruger Gen 2. 1280 still cuts through this fog quite good. I gave a few blows on this. This is a Predator Coal from Craig from Go Thermal, and it works a treat. A few blows on that, and this thing, fox come tearing in. It was a fair way out that way, and he was here, stopped here having a look in no time at all. One straight to the chest. What have we got? Another vixen, second vixen for the night. Taken with the Magne-Tech Ace S60R. Really nice scope, this one. But anyway, I've just come down to the block. I brought my traps down. I was going to go and set some traps, but I left in a hurry yesterday and I made a mistake. I realised when I got halfway down here that I forgot to put my box in with all my digging and tools and everything, and all my lures. So I've got a heap of traps, but anyway, I'm only going to be down here for probably 2 days anyway, so it's hardly worth the effort of putting them in. I've got the rifle with me, got the Pulsar XL60 on the Ruger Ranch Gen 1 at the moment. So just walking down to go and pick up the truck. I unloaded the Viking. But anyway, we started a little bit of poisoning here a few weeks ago when we were down here. As you can see, like some of it's died. We took off, started on this edge, and we sort of work our way in. But that's all green in there still. Got all this scattery stuff on the outside here, but anyway, it's good to see a bit of a positive result anyway. A heap of calves down here further, I saw before. Haven't seen any dog tracks yet, but haven't really been in any soft sand yet. But I keep my eyes open, and I might go and set some cameras up down the bottom. I brought the GardePro camera and the Hick Micro one down. I'm going to set them up down here because the other Wisharay one seems to be too unreliable. So we might take it home and put it in a good service spot and see what it actually does. But let's see what happens. I think I just found this on the track. Pretty sure it's a dog poo. There's some little skeletons inside it for some geckos or something, I think. Maybe some mice. There might be mouse skeletons. Maybe it's a cat poo right here on the track. It's a pretty big cat poo if it is. Might have to go and check out this other paddock where the cattle are and see if they've got enough feed where they need shifting again. You can see in there, these pellets, the spray's done a pretty good job on them. They're all losing their leaves and trying to die, I think, which is good. cat, don't you go flipping into the water now, mate. Righto, where was he? Over here. So we didn't get too close to the water. What do we got? I'll switch that off. Big cat anyway. Big Tom. He'd probably been here looking for frogs and ducks and stuff on the dam. Phew, a lot of bugs around here. So anyway, took him with the Pulsar Thermion XL60 on the 223 and Ruger Ranch Gen 1. Had a big cat, but I didn't bring the scales with me. Got him straight to the boiler room. There's a size 12 boot for scale. That's a big cat. Oh well, I'd say this one here is probably the cat that did walk past my camera. I had the wish away camera set up there, probably 300 or 400 metres up that way, and I did see a cat go past a few times. It looked like this one, pretty dark sort of top on it. So really good result. Go and rip the scalp off him and go home and have some dinner. Gonna use this knife. Is the Havilon knife from Australian sporting agencies. They sent out very, very good knives, and I highly recommend them if you for just a little scalping knife. It's got scalpels on there, the scalpel blade, and they're cheap and extremely sharp. So work really well for scalping dogs and cats and whatever else, foxes. So anyway, I won't show you the scalping on camera because YouTube doesn't like seeing blood and stuff like that. So I might even cut his gut open and I'll let you know what's inside it. And it had a mouse, 2 frogs and a rat. I'm not sure whether it'd have to be a bush rat, I'd say, which are a native type of rat. Because I very much doubt there'd be any of the bad rats that you'd get in your house, that sort of thing. Here, out in the middle of this forest country, there's nothing around. I'd be very surprised if it was one of them, so I'd say it'd be one of the native bush rats, I'd say. So anyway, did the rest of these things a favour around the dam here. So anyway, good to get another big cat out of the system. We're going to have some dinner. There's a bit of pork chop waiting for me. Righto, so that smells pretty good. A couple of pork chops and some mashed potato and some fried eggs. Fried on the little fire pit. Barbecue we've made. True bush tucker. Well, tucky, cook it in the bush anyway. Just a really lovely, peaceful spot here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting hungry and this is getting cold, so I better eat it.